Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe for more. Essay structure explanation. Statements claims. Our central focus for the moment is on a particular type of statement, the claim. Here are two examples of claims. Prior to the war on Iraq in 2003, more Australians opposed the war than supported it. John Howard, Australian Prime Minister in 2003, determined that Australian military forces should be deployed to participate in the war on Iraq. Although these statements differ in what they say, each is a claim. More precisely, they claim to represent truly something real about the world. We could test each claim to see if it is true or not, or at least get a clearer idea of whether or not we can accept it as true. For example, if someone claimed that John Howard had supported the war, we could check appropriate newspaper reporting of the time. Opinion polls conducted at the time can test the first claim, to see if there was such a majority. All statements that are claims assert the truth of some information or knowledge about the world. Claims are not, as you might think, the opposite of facts. Nor does a claim become a fact once we know it is true. A claim is always a claim, but the truth of some claims is established. And a claim does not necessarily involve some personal advantage or bias. Although in everyday speech we often use the word claim to try to distinguish between statements whose truth is suspect or that are biased and those statements called facts, whose truth is established and that are unbiased, these distinctions are dangerously misleading. All the statements that we think of as facts are actually claims. They are so widely and clearly accepted as true that they seem different from claims that are not accepted. Put simply, claims are those statements that express beliefs or views about the way the world is or the way the world should be. Whether they are true or not is, of course, important, but it does not determine whether or not they are claims. The reasonableness of claims, what we think of as truth, does not change their status as claim or non-claim, but it does help us to decide what to do with claims in our reasoning, as we will see. To emphasize this point, here are three statements that are not claims. Do you think Australia should continue to support all American foreign policy decisions concerning Iraq? Tell me immediately what you think about Australia's war on Iraq today. None of these statements expresses a view about the way the world is or should be, and hence they are not claims. The first asks for information, a question, the second demands that a person do something, an order, and the third is an exclamation. Note how we do not say today to claim that this day is a good day. We say today as a greeting, as a ritual use of language to begin a conversation. Similarly, orders and questions are ways of initiating or concluding communication. A few statements may fall somewhere between the two groups, claims and non-claims, because they might be interpreted differently in different contexts, but generally speaking, all statements can be seen as one or the other. We cannot tell just from the written or spoken expression of a statement whether or not it is a claim. Rather, we must look at the defining property of a claim, that it asserts something to be true. Point 2. To distinguish a claim from other sorts of statements, we simply need to consider whether it is possible to ask, is this statement true or false? Single quote. A claim need not actually be true, it need not be false. It just has to be possible to ask if the claim could be true or false. Consider the following three statements. Which of them do you think are claims? Claims, the key elements of reasoning. 13. Is the world round or flat? The world is round. The world is flat. The first statement is not a claim. We cannot ask, is it true or false to say, is the world round or flat? Single quote. But it is possible to ask, is it true or false to say, the world is round? Single quote. Similarly, we can ask, is it true or false to say, the world is flat? Single quote. Hence the second and third statements are both claims, even though one is true and one is false. Claims are about the possibility of truth or falsehood, not about whether a claim really is true or not. Exercise 2.1. Decide which of these statements are claims and which are not. Then write 3 Examples of your own of statements that are claims and 3 examples of statements that are not. A. Why did you do that? B. There is a yellow marble on the table. C. Get out of here. D. Somewhere over the rainbow. E. We should always pay our taxes on time. F. Cheese is made from milk. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe for more.